What's going on, guys? It's your boy JC. I am here with my good compadres, Mr. King Bob and Mr. Smitty Rock 67.
What's going on?
How y'all doing?
I mean, it's Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
I mean, it's hump day. I just want to give a shout out to Dre for the awesome pre-game show, pre-hype show.
Yeah. What's up, Gambiz? How are you doing, man? So this is the Kliq Talk. What we do on here is we just talk nonsense, honestly. We have a scheduled time for us to just talk nerdism. And if you have never seen the Nerd Dungeon before, welcome. The Nerd Dungeon we created this to be a place because it came from I was gonna have a man cave and I was gonna let my wife have a she shed, but I wanted a place where everybody could be welcome, not just men, not just women. So we became a Nerd Dungeon, and everybody's welcome here. Everybody to let your nerd flag fly out and just have a great time. So my boys here, we've been talking a lot lately, and we've been wanting to start some new stuff going on, and so we are cutting back on a lot of the wrestling talk, but we're also throwing it in there because tonight we're obviously going to have some discussion of Revolution because that was freaking awesome. Then we're also going to have a debate. I don't know who the debate's going to be between, if it wants to be between Mr. Smitty and Robert and I'll be the judge or vice versa or whatever. We're going to debate who did it better, either Pixar or DreamWorks. Oof. And that's going to be a tough one. I know Robert loves his Pixar, but DreamWorks has some really good stuff too. And then finally, we're going to discuss the monopoly of Disney and who is it good for? Is it good for them? Is it good for anybody in the business, actually? You guys have anything you want to show off tonight?
Oh, sure. I got a few things that came in.
Smitty's gonna drop it on us.
So I showed these to the guys right before we got on. I got a couple of do-it-yourself cards from Playful Gorilla.
Yeah.
Those things are gorgeous.
They are.
You need to get it like that framed and put up somewhere.
I'm going to put them and they're going to go into my folder with all my other creatives cards.
Those are beautiful.
But they came in sleeved, nicely sleeved and stuff. So I got these in. I got a number of things in this week. Last week I didn't have anything. Everything came in between, Thursday and today. I've got this little guy.
I've seen those.
This is they're from Mumbot. And I've been trying to get my hands on, honestly, her little ghost figure. This is her little mushroom guy. And it's funny because I started following her just before the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been able to get my hands on any of her vinyl toys. I mean, every time they've gone up, they've sold out like super quick.
Right.
But a guy, one of my friends at work is her cousin. So I recognized his Mossy pin. And they are kind of colored, red color, yes.
Welcome to the show, Liz.
So
always a good joy to have you here.
He kind of introduced me to Mumbot as an artist, and I mean her stuff's just really cute and stuff. So it's I'm glad I was able to finally pick up one of her pieces, and then I've got a couple of different pieces that came in from Magic Monster.
Oh,
those are cool too.
They're creepy too.
The glow on this is I was joking.
Like porgs.
I was joking with Liz the other day that I had them. You got like a little squid guy and a narwhal, and I had them, and just the way the eyes are, I was like, they're looking at me. They're staring at me.
Like you couldn't have those on the nightstand next to your bed or something and wake up and be like, ah.
No, but they were off of her appearance on Booze and Buddies. So yeah, they came in, and then finally my Cerebus one of one
dope
cast from FET. If you like this, Bob's gonna have Dave's gonna have a blue one in the auction.
I'm glad I'm getting paid on the first.
FET.
Yeah, I'm a huge Greek mythology fan, and like that's all me. So
Dave's actually going to have that came in. The one for the auction came in with that one.
That darn bat. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So if you like that one, there's a nice a solid dark blue one that'll be up for auction on the first.
Can you tell us where?
It'll be on Big Dog Dave's Whatnot page. The first, I think, at 7 p.m.
I think it's 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Big Dog Dave's Whatnot. Check it out at 7 p.m. on the 1st.
April 1st.
April 1st. April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
What's up, Ohana? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream.
All right. Well, I got some cheap stuff in. I mean, I don't have the high price stuff like Smitty does. But this just came in today.
Oh. That's nice.
That's a turnabout. It's a common.
Fantasia.
Everyone says it's a common, but
it don't matter. It's
still.
I mean, honestly, like with sodas,
it's probably one of the nicer sodas.
Common.
Did you see the ones they announced today?
Yeah, the Star Wars ones.
Oh.
But all right, the chases are kind of lazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the lightsaber.
I mean, it's
withdrawal.
I mean, honestly,
chase. I was I thought it would do the other way around.
I will buy the common loot all day long. Why would I want loot? Why would I want loot with no freaking lightsaber? That's like getting Batman with no batarang.
That's the one you wish would just a common, and then the chase would be the lightsaber, right? You wish that would happen, but it's not.
No.
I'd have to look at them. I didn't see them, but
I mean, honestly, I mean,
I could probably pull it up.
I told friends of mine, I'll wait a couple of months when they come out. I'll buy the commons on Whatnot for like $5. I don't worry about it. But
yeah.
Then if you didn't watch my video over the weekend, I'll show off a couple of comments that I picked up.
Hey,
a couple of these were kind of ironic that I picked them up when I did.
I don't know if
I'll show you a couple.
Those. Like, then the white
Boba Fett. They did do a second mold. All right, so they had to do a second mold for the chase.
Yeah.
If the
why would say like lose his hand or something?
No. Why wouldn't you have put him in the Stormtrooper?
Yeah, something.
That'd have been good.
Because then you could do the gun. You have them with that, and then you could do the same chase thing with Han. Then you would have the Luke and Han combo as Stormtroopers as the chase.
That'd been cool,
right?
Or even put them. Oh,
Captain Planet.
I loved Captain Planet as a kid. A lot of people don't know what that is nowadays, and oh my god. And of course, we talked about Heathcliff last time.
That's ironic. Battleground Comics is doing a like Saturday morning cartoon Tom put live on Whatnot over the weekend, last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago. And yeah, we also got this.
It's pretty cool.
Gotta have some Simpsons. But the big thing that came in that I'm not going to pull off the wall because I don't feel like getting up is my William Zabka came in. I'm still waiting on the V shout, Zobi. I'm waiting on the video.
If y'all don't know, you're missing out. Rob is the hugest Karate Kid fan.
We're getting there.
That I know, and he's like got this collection of dreams.
I've read the fun autographs.
His autograph collection is very impressive. I have to admit to that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
he's got
I'm nice getting ones. There. I'm getting there.
Motherfucker, you ain't getting nowhere near me.
I might be.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No.
It's wishful thinking. All right, shut up.
It is wishful thinking.
I mean, I have a couple nice ones in my collection, but yeah, Bob's autograph collection is far ahead of any of ours.
And
I got the ones that I've got the ones I really want, and I'm gonna get.
Well, so do I.
And I'm gonna get.
So do I.
That signed in June. So
the one that I told myself when things went south with my marriage is I'm gonna invest in myself and things that I like. And when V Shout came out and Dark Parlor and stuff like that, you see the people they were getting. I mean, I've got Christopher Lloyd, I've got Michael J. Fox, I've got Ralph Macchio, I've got the two killers from Scream, I got Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich.
I want to meet Matthew Lillard Clark, so bad.
I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith, so I've got the guys who played Dante and Randall from Clerks. I've
you have Kevin Smith yet?
Into wrestling, so I've got Britt Baker. I have Adam Cole that I'm waiting on. Got Kevin Nash I'm waiting on. Do
you have Kevin Smith yet?
Oh God, no! I'm working on it.
Hey, talk to me. I'll hook you up.
All right. I got Nev Campbell. I've got Norman Reedus that I'm waiting on. So when all is said and done, I will have a pretty dynamite collection. And those are just the pictures I have. I've got Michael Rooker, got Fluffy, I got what's his name? God damn it. Jeff Dunham. That's what I was thinking of.
That's a good one.
In pop form. So yeah, I mean, Smitty's the king of designer toys. I guess you can say I'm the king of autographs here in the dungeon. But
we're getting there.
But I mean, it's an investment in just my childhood and just things I like, So
that's what it's about, honestly, is like you want to invest because those nostalgic memories, you want to invest in those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what childhood was for, right? Like, give you some glimpse of joy in the future. So.
What are you bringing this week? Nothing? You ain't got nothing?
I got WWE 2K22. So
I mean that trumps this.
I'm excited. Like I have to wait till freaking Friday to play it, but I'm excited. So
I'll be getting my copy next week, hopefully.
I've been watching videos.
Unless gas goes up any higher than it already is.
I've been watching videos and like we've got some plans. Like I've got some plans for that game. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, be on the lookout for some cool stuff coming from that game. We actually, I could say this, we actually set up a Twitch channel for the Nerd Dungeon, and it is. I'll put it in the chat later, but it's the Nerd Dungeon with instead of spaces you put underscores. There's an underscore at the end of dungeon on Twitch, and you guys can go there and check out us playing games, and we'll have some content from there streamed here as well. Just looking to spread our wings a little bit.
But before and if you watch the pre-show with Dre, he mentioned he will be doing some Twitch streaming as well. I know he said Tuesdays and I think Thursday
or Friday mornings. I think.
Yeah, it's 2 days during the week. I think it's Tuesday and Friday. I think you're right, Smitty. Like 10 to 12, he was talking about doing. So definitely keep an eye out on that as well.
So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into our topics.
Oh God!
So
I feel my blood pressure rising starting this because both of these debates are centered solely on me.
Pretty much. All right, Smitty, do you want the honor of taking on Robert, or?
I think it should be. Why not have all three of us argue it?
That's very well.
I mean, we can argue it and just I mean, it doesn't do win or lose. We can just each say our points and
that's fair enough. Fun. So what we're looking for is why one's better than the other. Examples of ways one's better than the other. And like how close is the bar? Okay. So, Robert, I'm going to let you go first because I know how strongly you feel about this subject.
I will say this.
And what we're about to discuss, so if anybody misses out, we are going to be talking about DreamWorks versus Pixar. Which one is doing it better?
Pixar is doing better right now. I think Pixar is doing it because DreamWorks, yes, they have the Secret Life of Pets, but they keep going back to the Minions. It's like they're propping up a lot of the studio based upon the Minions, between Minions and Despicable Me, and Pixar is coming out with newer stuff, but even just going like best for best. You're talking about putting like Toy Story and then Shrek. Both had 4 movies, but Shrek went like this in their movies. Toy Story went like that. So Pixar. Do I like DreamWorks movies? Yes, I love Shrek. I love the Minions. I named myself after King Bob.
King Bob.
So I mean, this is why I'm named King Bob. But I mean, Pixar's been doing it a whole lot longer, a whole lot better. I think they've had more mainstream hits than DreamWorks, but the DreamWorks movies are good. I mean, I can rattle off a bunch of names like Megamind and I think Monsters vs. Aliens was a DreamWorks movie.
It is. DreamWorks actually owns Illumination, so anything that Illumination makes now, it's DreamWorks.
But yeah, so long-winded debate short, Pixar is better than DreamWorks, in my opinion.
I'm going to say there's no surprise there for me. So, Smitty?
I kind of have to agree. I mean, what Pixar has done better is, I think they have a better group of individual movies as well. So, you have Up, you have, you've got, Incredibles is more than one. WALL-E, Brave, they've got a number of, Nemo ended up as 2 movies. But they have, Toy Story, Cars, Monsters Inc. And both studios have some really good, franchise kind of titles. DreamWorks has How to Train Your Dragon and Madagascar and as Bob said, Megamind, which is a great standalone. That the Penguins and Despicable Me. Both companies are just solid. But I would have to. For me, I would say the success Pixar has had with some of their individual movies just, edges them out a little. And really, I don't know of, other than, the Minions stuff, I don't know what DreamWorks has really come out with more recently.
All right. To answer that question lately,
Sing.
They have that. I will give them this. They have a cool movie that's coming out. It's called
Sing
The
is
Bad
good
Guys.
too.
They have one coming out this year called The Bad Guys. It's an animated movie. It looks really cool. So I'm giving DreamWorks their due. They do have a lot of good movies. They have The Croods, Rise of the Guardians, Shark Tale was pretty good back in the day. It didn't really age well, but it was pretty good. You had Madagascar. You had the B movie. But I just think as far as tiered movies go, Pixar. But they also had Captain Underpants and Peabody and Mr. Sherman, or Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I can't even read anymore. So they had some quality movies, but I think when you think Pixar, it's just top to bottom. There, a lot of them are bigger hits, in my opinion.
I'm not going to argue that. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my computer. It's stupid right now. I'm not going to argue that DreamWorks has a lot of hits, or Pixar has a lot of hits. What I'm going to say is I think DreamWorks does theirs a little bit better. Just because, the characters transition into their own shows a little bit better. I have yet to see Buzz Lightyear, but I'm sure it's going to be great. But other than that, the one spin-off of a Pixar movie was the cartoon for Buzz Lightyear, and it didn't last that long. It lasted less than a season. So while DreamWorks has had the Minions, they jumped off of Despicable Me and now have their own movie coming out. They have the Penguins of Madagascar. They've had their own cartoon on Nickelodeon, and that was awesome, and that lasted several seasons. I think they make better characters, and I get that Pixar makes good, memorable characters, but who's going to forget Shrek? Who's going to forget Donkey? That's my only argument.
Here we go. Buzz, Woody, Rex, Mike Wazowski, Sully, Russell, Doug, Mr. Fredrickson.
Who?
All right, first of all, one of the most memorable characters from Pixar wasn't even in a movie. It was in a short called Bao.
Knew you were going to bring Bao up.
I knew it was coming.
But Pixar, where Pixar gets it with me, is they do their full length movies great, but they also do amazing shorts that are in, you sit in the movie theater, you get the previews.
What's up,
Then you
Mario?
get like a 7 to 10 minute short that just captivates you, and then you go into a cartoon.
I'm not gonna say that's the best short, but yes.
No, but most of their shorts are just different.
Like my
And
favorite
it's
short.
not.
We all have a
most of their
favorite
shorts
Pixar
are not
short.
just a character from Shrek in a 7 minute clip. You've got Piper, you've got Knick Knack, you've got Bow, you've got the old man playing chess. There's so many different shorts that were just like visually amazing.
So in my house,
whereas DreamWorks shorts are just we're now shutting down in a 7 minute clip.
In my house, the whole. Do you know the "I Lava You" short?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody says in my house, and it's like irritating sometimes, but we're good.
So I mean, as a company, it goes to Pixar. I agree with you that DreamWorks has flushed out a character to their own movie, but the fact of the matter is Disney doesn't have to. Pixar doesn't have to have like a Doug movie. Pixar doesn't have to have a Mike Wazowski movie.
They do have a Doug movie.
No, they have a cartoon or a little short. No, I'm talking about Doug from Up, not Doug Funny.
That's what I'm saying. They have a Doug short.
I didn't say they didn't have shorts. I'm saying full length movies. What
about Buzz Lightyear?
That's the first one they've done in how many years? 30 years? Great. Pixar does 3 a year. I mean, DreamWorks does 3 a year.
Yeah, compared to how many Pixar movies are there?
A ton. But there's also that many DreamWorks movies. But the DreamWorks movies, most of them are like average or below average. I mean, who the hell watched Flushed Away?
I don't even know what that is.
I mean, who watched a bunch of these movies?
Okay, let me ask you this. This is a good question. Ants or Bug's Life?
A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
What?
Yes.
Did you not see the amazing voice acting in Ants? Or a B movie?
Versus what?
Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life. B movie was just Seinfeld animated.
It was.
I was waiting for him to go and get like
soup.
Bug's Life has continuity. Thank you. Ants was just weird. I'm sorry.
That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. I'm a pretty little butterfly. That's all you need to hear.
Heimlich is awesome. All right. So
two out of three of us can agree that Pixar just was better than.
I'm not gonna say they're not better. I'm just gonna say the bar is really close.
They're different. They're
all right. I'm gonna say this. DreamWorks hasn't created a movie that or had a character become a Disney princess.
Yeah, they have.
Who?
Snow White, Cinderella, all in Shrek.
No. All right, DreamWorks, the closest you get to a princess will be Fiona.
Right. Which you really don't see her as a princess in most
People's
of the
life.
parks and or any of that.
No.
Right.
I mean, we know that route. How many halfway decent rides are there for DreamWorks characters? None. Because they closed Shrek. Yes, they have Minions, but it's still one of those stupid 4D sit in a chair and you watch a movie.
Right.
Disney at least creates cool centric attractions based upon the Pixar movies. Like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is fun to play. Toy Story Mania is fun to play. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is good for kids, but I still find myself going in there and enjoying it because it's themed more than just a video on a screen.
Sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed when I went to Disney World last, the Blaster game.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
And there's a ride out in Disneyland or California Adventure that is Monsters Inc. themed that I'd love to go on. There's the Incredicoaster out in California Adventure. There's a whole Pixar pier with themed restaurants.
I get you. They have theme parks. I understand. Disney can afford that crap.
DreamWorks is part of Universal.
They're the redhead second cousin.
Exactly. They get the 4D sit down here and we'll spin you around and have a great day.
Right.
All right.
They're like they're like we'll use you, but we're not going to use you. So.
Well, I mean, DreamWorks also has a lot more. I mean, they've got their hands in a lot more other stuff too.
They do.
Other than just the animation.
Yeah.
I will say that Sing was probably one of my favorite animated films of the last 5 years.
Which one? Oh yeah.
Sing.
Sing was good.
So, moving on. Let's talk some AEW, guys. So, Revolution, I thought it was awesome. What was your perspectives and opinions on Revolution?
Adam Cole should have won. Tay Conti should have won.
She should have.
The rest of that, I was okay with. I'm glad Punk got his redemption win. I'm glad to see Wardlow.
Yes.
Turn on MJF. I don't know what possessed Sting to jump off that railing. But that was awesome.
The worst flop of the night was probably one of my favorite moments, though. It was the Spanish fly from Sammy Guevara to Isaiah Cassidy onto the table that didn't break. Like they both landed on it and spilled over. That had to hurt like a mother.
Well, yeah. I mean, you see something like that, and you just know that someone screwed up. Someone's getting fined or fired.
I have a feeling that the whole Adam Cole thing was to set up Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Hangman and the Bucks. I've read that somewhere. So,
but, I mean, yes, I'm wearing his T-shirt right now, but the wrong Adam won.
I think the right Adam won that one. He needed to win the first one. He needs to prove himself as a champion, and that is the person to do it against. Tay Conti should have won, though.
I mean, physically, Jade has the look, but she is greener than broccoli. And she's just boring to me. At least Tay has some, character. But, I mean, Goldberg was boring, too. and that's what people are saying. They're giving her the Goldberg treatment, which would be fine for a while, but once she loses and she's brought back down to earth, she's just gonna go away, or go to Vince McMahon land and
she won't go there.
Job out to Charlotte.
She won't go there. What you got, Smitty?
Honestly, I mean, you guys pretty much have covered it pretty well. I mean, yeah. I mean, we all knew what Bob was gonna, which Adam he thought should have won. But
he is like on Adam Cole worse than I was ever on Roman Reigns. So,
but there's a difference though. At least Adam Cole has been entertaining for a while. Roman just started getting entertaining.
It's true.
There's a difference there.
True. I've been a Roman fan since the Shield. I can't help it. Actually, it was before the Shield. It was NXT. Adam Cole is good though. We can both agree Danhausen was awesome at Revolution.
Danhausen can sit in the middle of the ring and read a Chinese takeout menu, and I would just be like,
BTE showed Brandon at ringside at Revolution, and him and Danhausen were just having a discussion to be like, you're on BTE now, right? Yeah, go on Dan by Danhausen YouTube. So that was pretty funny. I think that's all I have on that one because, I do think I wish I would have seen a title change with a tag team. I think Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are a little bit overdone.
Well, it's not that they're overdone. It's just I think to keep things fresh, I'll harken back to the Attitude Era. When titles changed hands more than once every 8 to 9 months.
Right.
It was entertaining. Oh shoot! Someone won on a Monday Night Raw. Oh my God! Someone won on a SmackDown or a main event or whatever.
That's why I think. I know we haven't said nothing, but I think that's why GM mode is going to be awesome for us.
It will be.
So.
I almost feel bad for Dre and Smitty, but I almost feel bad for you guys. I think it's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be awesome.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, but
I can't wait to see whether or not you two can actually get along enough to put together a full roster.
So here's what We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
Not right now. Not right now. I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. So let's move on to our final topic of the night. And we are going to discuss Disney's monopoly. Disney has bought everything. There's nothing. I think my toilet paper is owned by Disney now. So they're everywhere. You can't get away from them. There's Star Wars, Marvel, so many other things like other different National Geographic and all this other stuff now. Is this good for business? Is this good for Disney in general? What do you think? This is like one of those we could all say something about this.
So far so good. Disney has kind of elevated the whole Marvel mantle, even since taking over Marvel. The Star Wars it got off to a rocky start, but I think, I'm trying to put into terms like the way I look at it, not from an entertainment side, but from how they can utilize the properties in their parks. Obviously, the big convoluted deal between Universal and Marvel it's a hard workaround on the East Coast. But I mean, you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy ride coming. It should open up this year. And in the West Coast, the whole Avengers campus, and then you have Star Wars in both. Yeah, it's good for business. You can. They've reinvigorated a park that was dead in Hollywood studios, and between the purchase of Pixar and the purchase of Star Wars, have turned that from a half-day park into a full-day park. And now that this opened is the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. That I
$3,000 a
watched a
night.
video on that. I won't be able to go there anytime soon, unless we hit like 500 million subscribers and split the proceeds 4 ways. I might be able to go, but like when I watch video from people who have been there in the media events and stuff like that, yeah, it's good for business. That experience, even just a condensed version that I've seen, I would go. If I had all the money in the world, I would go, because it's as in depth as you want. And if you're a true Star Wars fan, you want to get involved with stuff like that. The food, a little weird, but just the look of the Star Cruiser, it looked like your own set. I mean, they built it to be like the movie set accurate. It's not just paint and stickers. It's a legit like Star Wars set.
I was like, I seen that Star Cruiser, and I was like, are they gonna?
Yeah.
Are you paying that much so you can be like on an airplane or something, like something that'll go a little bit out of orbit, or
Well,
no,
the smoke and mirrors behind it. Talked about the transport from the Star Cruiser to Hollywood studios. It's a box truck, but I'm sure on the inside it's going to be Star Wars themed. It's not going to be, the like board and you're sitting on a paint can. I'm sure Disney's doing it right, but I mean, there's no way to create a space accurate transportation system that wouldn't cost billions of dollars. But,
true. Even if you are Bill Gates or
Jeff Bezos might be able to do it.
Well, didn't they do it with Richard Branson? He did something like that where it was like not outer space, but like out of orbit.
I think. But if you look at the cost of building even like a monorail, when Disney built the monorail from Epcot to Magic Kingdom, it was I think it was $1 million a mile.
Mm-hmm.
In 1970s money. Inflation and all that, yeah, it would cost you billions to try to do it. But 50 years later, you see how the monorail's holding up, and yeah, not really worth it.
All right, Smitty.
How do I want to say? I mean, some things I think they have. I mean, when you put this out as a topic, I mean, you were like, can they manage it to the Disney standard? Well, with everything they own, everything shouldn't go to the Disney standard. So one good example of that is FX. Disney owns FX. FX puts out some of the edgiest, some of the goriest, and controversial shows, and they can't touch it. I mean, you can't. I mean, you got to give FX that freedom because they're putting out. I mean,
Waiting for my mind season 3.
Right, you've had Mayans, you've had Sons of Anarchy, you've got Snowfall.
Nightfall, yeah.
You know, I mean, you've had American Horror Story. You know, yeah. I mean, you've had so many big shows come out of FX that people forget Disney owns them.
That's true.
You know, I mean, like Bob's point, ESPN, okay, yeah, you can bring stuff in, you know, especially at certain times when the park may traditionally be slow.
Well, I mean, with ESPN,
or slower,
they they have the whole wide world of sports.
They do
on Disney property, which houses, softball fields and basketball stadiums, and so I mean, ESPN is always going to be a host. They host college basketball. They host high school stuff and cheerleading competitions year round. So I mean, and you said the Disney standard. It doesn't have to be everything is PG and kid friendly. I mean, Disney's been producing R-rated movies for years, just not under the Disney name. So I mean, the standard for Disney is just excellence. It's not a matter of it's kid friendly or nothing. It's we're gonna put out the best product that we can, whether it's
that was the standard I was discussing. I know because like whatever they do like to a standard, so they hold it to can't hold a candle to it.
Well, no. And I would say the only hiccup they've had is the last 3 Star Wars movies.
That's a creative thing. I don't think it's
that's also debatable because I kind of like those ones.
I mean, where Disney went wrong, and I said it before, you can't have 2 bookends and then throw something else in the middle. That would be like having JC write the beginning of a book. I write the middle, and then he comes in and writes the end.
That's what they do.
If they had Rian Johnson do all 3 movies, or if they had JJ do all 3 movies, it would have been a lot better.
It'd have been weird.
Because JJ set up. He wrote his movie saying, "All right, 3 movies. We're gonna start off awesome. We're gonna go to this point. Then the second movie is gonna come on, but there's obviously no communication between Ryan and JJ in the writing process of either movie. So Ryan's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna kill Luke, and we're gonna, do all this weird crap. And then JJ's like, oh shit, I have to clean this all up. So that's where they went wrong. If they weren't a sequence of movies, they weren't bad movies. No. But you put them together and it's bad. It's like taking great bread and you put toothpaste and tartar sauce in the middle. It ain't gonna be good.
Your analogies, sir.
I tried to find the 2 most vile things I can think of, and that's what came up. But I mean that's just classic storytelling. Write your story, beginning to end, and I guarantee you it would have been a lot better.
All right, here's why I chose this topic. Okay, I went and looked at some of the more arguable debates in nerd culture, and this was one of them. I have the belief that Disney's going to do what they're going to do, and nobody's going to tell them what to do.
Of course not.
But I do think their monopoly is hurting all the other businesses because everybody that I know whenever they're challenged or whenever they have a rival, they excel even further. WWE did it with WCW, Bulls did it with the Celtics, uh, Raiders, Kansas City, they both excelled. I mean, it you push yourself as hard as you can when you have a rival. What the hell is Disney going to rival
Warner
with it?
Brothers.
There's no
I mean,
rivals for Disney.
Or
You can't.
Universal.
You can say Warner Brothers. You can say
No,
Universal, but you can't like rival what they've become. There is nothing to this day that is that big of a monopoly. So there's like they've
but
got the market on movies, they got the market on television, they got the market on uh, streaming services. What the hell?
but if you entertainment wise, not monopolies, who owns what? Disney and Universal are number 1 and 2. Universal. I guarantee you, in the next 5 years, will catapult themselves closer to Disney. Wanna know
I
why?
don't even think that. I think Disney will own Universal.
Oh fuck no, no. But I do see it coming because Universal Studios is building a third park, not a water park, a third park that is going to have Super Nintendo or just a Nintendo land. They're going to expand Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings.
They need to.
Those two franchises alone.
So I'm a diehard Disney guy, but when Universal started pumping in Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and all those franchises have a bigger following than Disney, or a different following than Disney.
Different, but I mean, it's a big following.
I agree.
Those are juggernauts that are going head to head. That I think Universal is bridging that gap slowly but surely.
Not only do I have my competition argument, but when was the last time you saw not a Pixar, not a live action, but a good cartoon animated Disney movie?
Princess and the Frog.
That was the last one. That's my point.
And
they have gone away from what they love, what brought them to the stardom, and they've focused on Star Wars and Marvel. And
when has Universal ever done a hand-drawn animated movie? They've always used the computer-based crap.
They have. I'm not saying Universal doesn't do that. I'm just saying it's difficult to say it's not hurting themselves when they are stepping away from the stuff they started creating that we all love.
The problem with Disney, and I'm seeing it right now, is the new CEO is a moron. Yes, Bob Chapek, you're a freaking idiot. He is taking all of the magic, and this is within the last year and a half, 2 years. All of the magic has been sucked out of the parks. I'm going in November, so I'm looking forward to seeing how bad it is. Like I'm going into there thinking I'm watching The Last Jedi.
I'll say Disney Springs was awesome. Like I went there 4 years ago, and I went there in January, and they were two completely different places.
But that has zero to do with Chapek. Nothing to do with Chapek. What I'm talking about is all the bullshit in the parks with taking away the fast pass system and putting in Genie Plus. The fact that we're getting rid of all the masks, but the character meet and greets are not fully back yet. Some of them are. I know they're getting back as soon as possible, but everything now is extra. Even as a resort guest, you pay for parking every night, which most hotels do. I get that, but Disney never did up until a certain point. As I get closer to my trip, and once I'm down there and I come back, I can give you a first-hand account of all the BS and shenanigans going on. The fact that the fact that they build resorts and DVC resorts and stuff like that, but they haven't put a lot of money into the parks in a while. Universal's putting in a whole new park. They're saying, you know what, we're going big or we're going home.
And I agree, but Disney's putting a lot into Hollywood studios. That's what they're doing. And I understand that. They're trying to beef up the big sellers like the Avengers
Studios
and Star Wars.
Done, but right now they're in the middle of doing a big refurb at Epcot, and Tron is taking forever to be built. The Ratatouille ride opened last year.
Tron is old movie though.
Well,
true. That's the other thing. Tron has a cult following of itself, but it's old. It's an old movie.
But the ride going in there is awesome. It's the Tron light cycles. If you can find a video from Japan, watch it. It's a cool attraction, but it's just taking them forever to build it between COVID and everything else.
Final says on Disney. Robert?
Chapek, don't let me down, because if I come back in a bad mood, y'all gonna know about it.
Disney will feel Nerd Dungeon's wrath.
Yes, they will.
Oh, I expect to see that then in November.
Yeah.
They're re-steering Star Wars in a good way. They're managing. They're big franchises. They're managing in a pretty good way. So having them come under Disney control hasn't necessarily hurt them. It's can they continue to do it?
Yeah, that's my issue. Can they keep it going at the same pace?
And how much can Favreau do? He's heading up 2 franchises essentially.
Did anybody see the freaking trailer today for Obi-Wan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, like my nerd heart went. So I was like watching it, and then you see Luke doing the whole fighter jet. I was like, just like his daddy. Oh. So that is all we have for tonight. Thank you guys for dropping in and talking to us. I see Dre kept talking to us, but he didn't want to jump on. We'll talk to you later then. We will be back. We actually will have a video remembering the magic. We were changing the name up a little bit. Me and Robert will have a remembering the magic on Friday, so be sure to check out that. Guys, who do you have on Monday?
Oh my God,
I don't actually know.
I'm trying to think of the name. Dre, if you're still here, put in the chat.
We will have a toy chat with somebody on Monday.
Priscilla?
No, it's one of the
Oh no! It's one of the streamers out of. I know. I don't know his name, but I know the group. He's out of the one.
MCE.
Yeah.
I'm horrible. I'm sorry, Dre.
Yeah. I'm terrible with that too. Dre's been telling us. Dre has done a good job of. He's been booking people for Mondays like crazy.
And
so he keeps name dropping, and we're like, all right, when's that for? And yeah. So
I need a scorecard.
Yeah, March? You need to pass us the schedule so we can keep track. of what who's when,
Try to
so
think.
we don't mess up this. The plug next week.
Yeah. So we will have a Toy Chats Monday at 7 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we
7
will.
p.m. And
Mondays at
then
7.
I will say we will be taking what we're doing is we're going to start calling this a season. And we will be taking a season ending of the Kliq Talk on March 30th so we can get some well-deserved R&R. We try to do this each and every week, and it's straining on a lot of people's schedules. So we will be back the following month. I believe we discussed we would come back at the beginning of May, right? Is that what we discussed? So we will be back at May 4th. So
May the 4th be
May
with
the
you.
4th be with you, and that will be an extra special Nerd Dungeon. But
yes, it's going to be all Star Trek related.
Yes, it will. So thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to tune into the Toy Chats on Monday. Check out me and Rob doing Remembering the Magic on Fridays. And we will talk to you guys later. As always, peace out.